lập ra thất với vài mầm yêu nhỏ, thì tình son như vỗ cánh xa khơi. Còn lại gì chỉ cơm áo vụn vời, đời tần tạo bơ phờ không khiêm tốn.
In the Himalayan mountains and forests, in the evening, it gets dark very fast. Well, when I was there, it was dark very fast. Sometimes I went to the library to borrow some books or read something there. And then even when they close and I had to go home, it was a long way to walk in those forest paths. Sometimes you see no one. Rarely, now and then, you might be lucky to chance upon a monk, some elderly monk, and he has only a plastic sheet on top of his head, built from some branches of trees nearby by some of his devotees or maybe himself. Seeing these monks, it was always like a happiness for me. First of all, because the path is so lonely, nobody's there. And second, because they represent to me the holy image, the connection between humans and something larger than life, something that connects with God, with heaven. So I always treasure any time I saw any monks, long time ago. Even in the city also, in India, you can have more chances to see good monks, very pure and simple. They walk everywhere. They don't have money in their pocket. One time, I met a monk who later became my teacher for Hinduism, and I became a Hindu nun under him. Yeah. He never had any money, so he walked everywhere. Then he walked to see his friend in another temple. At that time, I had some money. It was very dark, so I invited him to go to a bus stop, and we went by bus just one time in his very long life. Then we went to a temple, and his monk friend and assistants and some of his female devotees there made some food for us. They were very generous and kind. And there was a big stream next to that temple. And that's where I became a Hindu nun. Yes. I don't wear it anymore, but I still am with the nun's name, Mandakini Giri. Yeah. Giri is the tradition, one of the big traditional monk schools in India. I'm told it traces back all the way to that great founder of one of the Hindu strict monkhood traditions. In India, all the monks I saw were mostly very, very pure, and they just walked everywhere. They had really only 3 pieces of clothes on their body. And if they wash one, they will wait until it's dry, and then they wash the other one. Yes, they don't wash all in one day. In Buddhism, the Buddha said that in the Dharma ending age, the Maya children will make themselves into monks to delude people, the vulnerable people, the ones who fear trouble in the afterlife and this life, the ones who seek refuge and protection from the monks. They will make trouble for them a lot. I heard a lot. I don't know if in many other countries or not, but in some, I heard a lot about it, and it was very sad. But I believe there are still many good monks. That's why I told you to help them or to support them if you can. Yes. In other traditions, I don't hear much about problems, like maybe in Hoa Buddhism or Nam Quoc Buddhism, also called with love coconut Buddhism, because the founder, a great master Nguyễn Thành Nam, only ate coconut and drink coconut water to live on. Oh, I love coconuts. Talking about that. In Vietnam, I have a lot of good coconuts. There are different kinds of coconuts. In Thailand, in the Philippines, also there are different kinds. The best kind is one that's so fragrant and so sweet. You could eat forever, really. And some other coconuts are not like that. It's just more plain. You don't have much of the flavor. When I was in Thailand, we have a lot of those fragrant coconuts. In Vietnam also. Philippines also have such kind. One time I was in the Cayman Islands because I could not stay long in America. And in the Cayman Islands, in front of my little house, there was also coconut trees. And these coconuts on the beach actually were so sweet and so fragrant, just like the ones you have in Thailand, Vietnam, or the Philippines. I don't know why, maybe the beach makes the taste like that. It's on the sand beach. It's a kind of private beach. It's a very cheap house. You can rent them anywhere, and that one was not like in the city. It took 1 hour to drive from the city, the nearest market, to that house, a very remote suburb. And I lived alone there whenever I couldn't stay in America. I had to go there for a while. It was very nice, and I fear nothing. It was very good. I had a few disciples then. The more people you know, the more disciples you have, the more you feel different. There's a lot of karma surrounding them, and it comes to you. And then it gives you different kinds of burdens, different kinds of feelings, even fearfulness also. But that is the life of the so-called master, you know? If you want to be master, you have to reckon with all that, which you never knew could happen to you. The more you give is not the more you have. Not spiritually, no. Materially, yes. Well, I don't know really, actually, if the more you give materially, the more you have or not. Just make sure you give enough and keep enough for yourself, yes? Because you never know what karma brings. The karma might not be from yourself. It could be from someone else, okay? Mm-hmm. So just be moderate in everything, and things should be all right. And some of you say you don't trust any monk to give offerings. I don't blame you. It's just you have to know which monk is good to give to, okay? And any monk who asks for some money is because they don't have money and they want to have, a little comfortable life for themselves and also for their followers, you know? Maybe some people came and to become monks and nuns under them, and they have to take care of them. Maybe like that. That's what I think, but I'm not so sure. Why a lot of people complain about monks who ask for donations and who find all kinds of tricks to make people donate to them.
Phát nguyện cúng dường, nó đòi bao nhiêu nợ mình cúng dường cho nó, trả nợ hết cho nó. Nó tha không đòi mạng, nó đòi bằng tài sản, bằng tiền, mình phải cúng cho nó. Nghe không? Thì thôi, một là mất mạng, thì hai là còn mạng mà phải mất tiền, chứ biết làm nào bây giờ. Cái vong hồn nó đòi phải cúng tiền cho nó thì nó mới hết, nó mới có phước, nó mới đi. Dù có uống thuốc gì, thuốc Mỹ, thuốc gì chăng nữa, cao cấp mấy, mà không giải được cái oan hồn này thì nó vẫn không thể nào cứu được, vẫn phải chết.
Theo lời lờ, các nhóm được dẫn đến một căn phòng lớn, bên trong có 2 người phụ nữ mặc áo màu nâu và một sư thầy. Các nhóm được ra hiệu ngồi xuống nền đất, sau đó sư thầy bắt đầu niệm chú gọi vong nhập vào hai người phụ nữ này. Gia đình vào thỉnh vong thì lần lượt gọi tên cho vong hiện lên. Tuy nhiên, trường hợp của tôi, những thông tin từ vong nói ra đều không đúng. L không tin thêm, bất cứ người nào có mặt trong đó đều bị vong yêu cầu nộp tiền để giải nghiệp. Mỗi lần vong nhập khoảng 5 đến 7 phút, sau đó có một thư ký bên cạnh ghi lại lời vong nói và số tiền người thỉnh phải trả. Trường hợp của L, vong cho hai sự lựa chọn. Nếu chọn hình thức nương tựa, thường xuyên đến chùa Ba Vàng là 32 triệu đồng. Nếu chọn hình thức không nương tựa, ít lên chùa Ba Vàng phải đóng 700 triệu đồng để cúng oan gia trái chủ. Khi người phụ nữ này nói không có tiền, người nhà chùa tư vấn L có thể lựa chọn hình thức trả góp hoặc vào chùa làm công quả 1 năm. Thấy hành vi trên có tính chất trục lợi, lừa đảo nhằm thu tiền, người phụ nữ ở thành phố Cẩm Phả đã khước từ. Tuy nhiên, phía nhà chùa còn dọa thông qua giấy tờ nếu L không chịu tu tập nương tựa nộp tiền sẽ bị điên.
I don't want to criticize anyone actually. You have to know what to do. I don't know how to advise you. If you know a monk is good and his disciples are good, you can know at least physically when you hear them talk. You have to hear quite some times in order to make a real judgment, okay? If you just hear one or two times, sometimes you can, sometimes you cannot. It depends on what they talk about and how they talk. And some monks talk make you feel really put off also. I wonder why some monks talk like that. But some monks, when they talk, you feel, oh, they are very truly caring, have compassion, and have a really sincere heart to follow the Buddha, to follow Christ. When I say monks, I don't mean only Buddhism. Other religions as well. You have to judge for yourself whether your church is really led by a good priest, good monk, yeah, or not. Or see if the order that you respect and believe in has really good monks and nuns, or monks or nuns with a real Holy Spirit. By being nearer to them and see what they're doing every day, how they talk, yeah, how they react, and how they treat others, then you probably can see some. Because if you offer money to not good monks, maybe it's also not very ideal. You have to see if they use it for some bad purposes, if they have this opportunity and the financial support to preach, to teach their followers, but they do not preach in a right way, you know. If it's mostly just for profit, and you see how they live their life, more easy, comfortable, instead of truly wanting to practice and to uplift their own soul as well as other souls.
Tôi đang yêu nhưng ngập ngừng giữa mộng, lòng phân vân khó tâm sự vì đâu. Nửa muốn yêu, nửa muốn tránh ngày sau, sợ tình ai như bẫy mong gió nào.